I probably have visited Jonathan, I can't tell you, 20, 30, 40 times over the last 15, 18 plus years. And every time I walk out, it takes something out of you. It's a prison, it's medium security, where we happen to sit as part of the cleanest floors and the cleanest walls and the cleanest tables I've ever seen. But that's in the front. The back is a different world completely. This past visit, though, which took place about 3-4 weeks ago, was probably the hardest. Because when Jonathan calls me, I can tell in 2 seconds how he's feeling because of his voice. Voice recognition. We're that friendly, that close. I can tell on his voice what's bothering him. This past visit was the most difficult because I think it's the most sick I've ever seen him. He tries to put on a show. He carries his pain very well. But to the 2 or 3 of us that were there, close friends, we walked out and we commented, right, the illness is getting to him. Chazal tell us that when Yosef met Binyamin, after the whole series of events, Vayisa eina vayaris Binyamin achiv ben imo vayomer hazeh achichem arkotam, is this your younger brother? Vayomer Yosef, vayamaher Yosef, and Yosef hurried to leave the chambers, ki nichber rachamav el hachiv, because his rachmanis, his compassion was aroused. What aroused his compassion? So Rashi tells us the following. Yesh lo ach me'em, Yosef asked Binyamin, do you have a brother from your mother? Amar lo achoyali, I had a brother. Ve'eni yodei heichen, and says Binyamin to Yosef, I don't know where that brother is. So Yosef continued the conversation. Vayomar lo yesh lecha banim, do you have any children? So Binyamin answers, Yesh li asor banim, I have 10 children. Omar lo umashmam, and what is their name? Omar lo Bela, Becha, and he lists the 10 names that are a little different. These are not the Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, David, Shlomo, the names that we're used to. Amar lo mativon shal shemos halola. What's the source of these names? They're unfamiliar to me. So Binyamin answers, Kulam al shem achi, v'hatzoros asher mitzauhu. They're all on the name of my brother and all the tzoros that occurred to him. Bela, the name Bela, Shenivla ben Ha'umos, he was swallowed up amongst the nations. Becher, Shahaya b'chol imi, he was the eldest of my mother. Eshba'el, Sheshavu Ke'al, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made him into a prisoner. Geira, Shegor ba'achsanyu, he lived in a foreign land, and he continues. Yosef hears that Binyamin named every one of his children after Yosef, and it emotionally draws upon him, and he must leave. Ladies and gentlemen, may I humbly suggest there's a message here. May I humbly suggest that the message is it's not enough, and it's beautiful. And thank you for putting on this tefillah. Yes, Jonathan is aware of this tefillah rally, and yes, he's appreciative. It gives him great chizuk to know that other people care and are doing. But may I humbly suggest that what this Rashi and Chazal are telling us, it's not enough to do. We have to care. It has to hurt us. We have to take it home. When we get up tomorrow morning and it's a beautiful day, we have to say, Ribbon Shalom, thank you for your beautiful day. But we have to add the but. My Rosh Hashiva Zatzal, Rav Yaakov Weinberg, used to say, Ani mamin be'amuna shlema b'vias HaMashiach, I believe fully in the coming of Mashiach. V'yafal pisha yismameya, and even though he's taking his time, achakelo b'chol yom sheyavo, I'll wait for him. He used to ask, what do you mean I'll wait for him? I wait by the telephone, by the mailbox, by the corner. I look out the window. What does it mean I wait for him? And he said, if you get up in the morning and you say, what a beautiful day, everything is wonderful, we're not waiting for Mashiach. But if we get up in the morning and we say, God, it's beautiful out here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but Jews are in trouble. Jews are not doing mitzvahs. We're not in Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is not the way it's supposed to be. Then we're waiting for Mashiach. We have a Jew who I tell him, Yimit Hashem, when he gets out on his way to Israel, he has to stop by all the shuls and the yeshivas and give us a musher smooze of what it means to be a maamon, because he has faith in the pits and the depths of Mitzrayim. Right? His Shmira Shabbos is one we can't comprehend, because to us it's easier. His Shmira Sakashris, we have, Baruch Hashem, restaurants and pizza shops, and comes Pesach time, we have everything we can imagine. And he has to live sometimes for an entire Pesach on one box of Manischewitz matzah. And the story goes on. A man who has to get up early, and I mean early, to be able to daven before he has to go to work. Somebody who has to, every time he has to eat something, he has to double check, what is it made out of? Where is it? I went to visit Jonathan months ago, one of my other visits. And Jonathan was having he was having kidney stone problems, and he was taking a certain medication. And the people I was with, one of the people I was with is a member of Hatzolah. He's a serious EMT. And he commented on the medicine Jonathan was taking. Ooh, that's heavy duty. And you have to drink so much. And Jonathan responded like that, Baruch Hashem. And we looked at him like, you're taking serious medication and you come up with such a Baruch Hashem? He looks at us, he says, because I have to drink so much. And every time I drink, I have a chance to make a bracha. We sat there in awe. This is the man who has spent 27 years in prison, some of them in the most difficult prisons in America, some of them in solitary confinement, some of them 6 levels underground, some of them in a prison for the criminally insane. And here's a man who has an emunah that is enviable, who has faith, who has a desire to go to Eretz Yisrael. This man is special. Yes, he committed a crime. He admits to that crime. He regrets that crime. But that crime should have had 2, 4, 6 years in prison, not 27. And for those that ask, but, you don't know what he did. You do, you don't. I had a conversation today with Jim Woolsey. Jim Woolsey is the former director of the CIA, who saw Jonathan's file and has gone from guilty and leave him where he is to being a fighter on our cause now. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being mispalel. When we daven tomorrow, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim Umatir Asurim, let's take it a little slower and have Jonathan and other people in our community in mind. And we should be zocher soon that on his way from North Carolina to Yerushalayim, for a few moments, because he's in a rush, for a few moments he'll stop by and share with us and teach us and give us that emunah that he has, that belief that he knows deep down that he's on his way out. Thank you. Have a good evening.